Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG WTF LOL FTWBRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2013. We are playing as the WWE in the year, in the year of 2015. I almost said in the year of April. In the month of April, we are on the final week. This is the final SmackDown of April. We just have one more show before April ends, and that is NXT, and we'll be on to our next month, obviously. It's been a little while since I've uploaded a two video, not like a super long time period, but something I do want to talk about real quick. So previously, I was actually uploading WWE at a pretty constant pace. It was like, I believe, a video every other 2 days or something like that. And after the last Raw we did, it hasn't been every other 2 days, obviously, and it's not that I was busy or anything like that. Even though, yeah, I was busy, but um, that's not the main reasoning why a Raw didn't get uploaded or SmackDown didn't get uploaded after Raw relatively soonish. The main reasoning that, and this is, I wanted to bring this up because I want to kind of say it on video so you guys understand where I'm coming from. So when I book Total Extreme Wrestling, or at least when I'm booking the WWE Total Extreme Wrestling, I'm booking it throughout my day most of the time. Like it's usually, oh, I have an idea. I'll do this for SmackDown, and that's how SmackDown kind of turned out. I didn't know what I wanted the main event to be, and that's usually how I start off booking the show as the main event and going from there. So finally, when I figured out what I wanted the main event to be, which we'll see, of course, later tonight, that's when I continued on with booking SmackDown. I put in the main event usually first, and then as the show goes on and as my day goes on, ideas pop in my head, or ideas pop in my head as I'm booking the show. And nine times out of Shen, 9 times out of 10, I finished the show, um, or I finished booking majority of the show the day of. Like I booked this show majority of it today. Like I had maybe 3 segments on there, and then once I can start going, I start going. So usually with my booking is what I'm trying to say is that sometimes it does take time. There's a like with the WCW and the WWF videos, which I know I haven't done in a while. I wanted to make it clear that they're not done. I just have been focusing a lot on the WWE one a lot more, and I hope you guys understand that. And but with those ones, it's more like you guys are seeing me book the show, whereas this one, I'm booking the show throughout the entire week practically. So I just wanted to let you guys know there that if there is a time where the WWE is taking a little while to get uploaded, 9 times out of, let's say 8 times out of 10, because there's a 2% chance that it might just be me being lazy and not focusing on it. But 8 times out of 10, I am working on the show. I just haven't finished booking it. So now that I got that out of the way, let's run this show. So we have two pre-show matches tonight. We are being held in front of 11,290 people. Our first pre-show match gets a 65C. Some good action, but not much Wayne heat. Ryback defeating Fandango with the meat hook clothesline in 7 minutes and 44 seconds. I wanted to kind of give Ryback momentum in a way. Not that I have any plans for Ryback in the future, but believe it or not, this may not be a popular opinion, but I like Ryback. He's probably in my top 10, if not top 5. I don't think he's in the top 5. He probably barely makes it out of the top 5, but he's probably he's one of my favorite wrestlers in the WWE today. I like Ryback a lot. I think he has um, a lot of promise. And I've been booking Ryback more of a jobber lately, so I kind of wanted to help him get some momentum back, and that's why I put him over Fandango in the pre-show. Rosa Mendez doing good work ringside, and Byron Saxton and Scott Stanford also doing good work on the talent table. And then our main event of the pre-show actually does worse than the previous match, surprisingly. 55 C minus, some good action, but not much Wayne heat. Kane and the Big Show defeating the primetime players in 9 minutes and 49 seconds. When Big Show defeated Titus O'Neil with the monster choke slam. Almost said clothesline. So we go to start off the show, and we start off the show with Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring, or he's making his way to the ring, I should say. So right now he's going through the crowd. Right when he gets to the ring, though, he grabs a mic and wastes no time getting straight to the point. This past Sunday, things didn't go the way that I wanted them to, and you know, I expected an interference. I knew Bray wasn't going to fight with his fist because he's much better at fighting with his mouth. But I promise you, the next time we meet up, I'm going to punch you so hard that they're going to have to wire your mouth shut. But before Roman can continue on with his promo, he's suddenly interrupted by the music of Stardust, which gets a 74 B-. Stardust music interrupts Roman Reigns as he makes his way out to the arena with Mike in his hands. He actually makes his way to the ring, by the way. I meant to change it in here, but I just figured I'd say it instead of changing it. Doesn't really matter that much. But he makes his way to the ring with the mic in his hands. Roman, I'm deeply sorry to hear about your issues, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you've had it coming. You see, I can see where Mr. Wyatt is coming from, and actually I can appreciate his messages. You see, Roman, I've gazed upon the stars, and there's always one that shines brighter. They call that star the Chosen One, and you are that brightly lit star. And boy, would it be a shame if that star's bright lights began to dim and dim and dim and dim until there was no light left. And that, Roman, is Mr. Wyatt's message. A noble message, but a message in which I wish to achieve before him. And then Stardust quickly takes the microphone he was talking out of and smashes it over the head of Roman Reigns, leading to a match. So, no real big thing here, just a way to kind of see how Stardust is on the mic as well as testing him in the ring. Not that he needs really any testing. He's a main eventer, I believe. But I do have plans for Stardust, and I kind of wanted to see where he's at and what I can do with him. Not only that, but it did make a lot of sense because Stardust is a little weird, just kind of like Bray Wyatt is. So I figured that would be a lot of fun, kind of showing the similarities between Stardust and Bray in a way. Roman is also learning to show more charisma, so that's awesome. We then go on to our match, our opening match of the night that gets a 63C. Would have liked this scene a little better, but what can you do? And about that featured great action and average heat. Roman Reigns defeating Stardust in 10 minutes and 19 seconds with the Superman Punch. And then after the match, he's jumped by Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. This gets a 66C+. The Wyatts just beating down on Roman Reigns after his match. Nothing too special there. The announcers then put over the fact that later on tonight we will be seeing a rematch from, I believe it was a Monday Night Raw, and Week 3's Monday Night Raw. Don't quote me on that. But we're going to see a rematch from Monday Night Raw a couple weeks back, as Randy Orton and the Usos take on Seth Rollins and the two newest members of the Authority, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, in a 6-man tag team match later tonight. And then we can go to a segment with the Authority. Seth Rollins and the Upper Cats are backstage being interviewed about their upcoming match later tonight against Orton and the Usos. Rollins starts off by saying that tonight he's going to do what he's going to do on Raw next week and what he did at Extreme Rules when he beats Randy Orton again. Tyson Kidd then takes the mic. You see, just like Randy Orton, the Usos are pests as well. They're like flies, all three of them. No matter how many times you swat them away, they always seem to fly back to get swatted at some more. But here are the facts. The Upper Cats beat the Usos for these WWE Tag Team titles. Fact. And at Extreme Rules, not only did we beat the Usos to retain our titles, fact, but Seth Rollins also defeated Randy Orton to retain his WWE title. Fact. So tonight, when the Authority steps in the ring with those flies, prepare to see a repeat of the last time those three faced off against us. And those are just the facts. So Tyson Kidd got a little bit more time than Cesaro and even the WWE Tag Team Champion, or WWE Champion, Seth Rollins. My kind of way of, again, pushing Tyson. I've said it many times before, but I have plans for Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, and I'm helping Tyson kind of get up there. Besides, I always felt like Tyson Kidd was actually a lot better on the mic than not only this mod, but WWE gets him credit for. His run in NXT really elevated my opinion on Tyson Kidd, where I think that he could be an upper mid-card, maybe even a main eventer. Either way, this did a 53C-. I would have liked to see in a C, maybe even a B-, but I'm okay with that. Natalia helping Tyson Kidd in this segment, awesome, because I know usually he's what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? He usually underperforms, and then Seth Rollins' performance was good, so that's awesome as well. No worker improvements, but nice little promo. We then go to Sheamus backstage as he's being interviewed. He's asked about his attack on John Cena after Cena's match this past Monday. Sheamus starts to laugh before answering the question. John Cena and myself have quite a lot of history. In fact, I have him to thank for being the guy I beat to win my first WWE championship. You know, recently I accepted Cena's stupid open challenge for the US title, and I lost. And losing isn't something that sits well with me. So I decided to make a statement. John Cena and I had a match of the year qualifier, and if anyone should be next in the line for a shot at John Cena, it's me. So John, keep doing your weekly defenses, and I'll see you at Payback. But until then, I got me a match coming up, so if you'll excuse me. 75 or 74 B minus. Definitely am pretty happy with that grade. I would have liked to see maybe even a 75. I think that gets you a B. So we're that close. Why not? Just an angle where Sheamus is kind of explaining his actions against Cena, talking about how he did have that United States title match against Cena a while back, and he did lose. But believe it or not, when I said they had a match of the year qualifier, so far that is my best match I've booked. So that's why I put that in there. And I also thought it'd be a lot of fun for Sheamus to kind of tease that as well. Like, me and Cena put on the match of the year practically, yada, 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 and so on and so forth. So, it's not a confirmed bout for Payback, despite the fact that Sheamus said, I'll see you at Payback. That's pretty much just him being the heel saying, I'm not going to face you on Monday Night Raw, Cena. I'm going to face you with millions of people watching, and that's going to be Payback. Although I doubt millions of people are going to be watching Payback. Sheamus, of course, is then shown walking to the ring. 75 does not give you a B, by the way. It gives you still a B minus because the 76 is still a B minus. So, okay. We then go on to our match that gets a 59C. And a match that had some good action and average heat. Sheamus defeating Jack Swagger in 7 minutes and 39 seconds with the Brogue Kick. Jack and Zeb Coulter not only have excellent chemistry together, but Sheamus and Jack Swagger also have great chemistry together. So, awesome. Really satisfied with to see that. And Swagger's also improving in Rumble, so this is just the way to get Sheamus some momentum building up to his eventual title match against Cena. We then see the Wyatt family backstage with a 70C+. Bray is backstage in a dimly lit room with the Wyatt family standing behind him as he sits in his rocking chair laughing. Roman Reigns, when will you learn? When will you learn that your destruction is imminent? The war doesn't end until your blood is on my hands. You can make all the threats you want, but that doesn't change the fact that your destiny is written in stone, and it reads the Roman Empire falls to the Eater of Worlds. It reads that the Chosen One's soul will be consumed by the Eater of Worlds. You know, Roman, I got a little proposition for you. How about this next Monday you step in the ring with my monster and your friend Eric Rowan? We both know how much you want to get your hands on him. I expect an answer tonight. And then Bray quickly blows out his lantern, leaving the screen dark as we lead on to our next segment. So this is a way to kind of set up for Monday Night Raw. We'll officially set up for it later. But Bray issuing the challenge to Roman for him and Rowan to finally have their matchup against each other. We then go on to a 53C- and a match with some good action but not much weighing heat. Ambrose and Ziggler defeating the Ascension in 7 minutes and 47 seconds when Victor was actually disqualified after Big Show ran and attacked Dolph Ziggler. And we also had Kane attack Dean Ambrose. So this kind of just a way to get Ambrose and Ziggler on the card and continue on the authority angle with the Ascension also getting some TV time. No one necessarily lost despite it saying disqualification. This is just mostly Kane and Big Show irritated that they lost to Ziggler and Ambrose in a steel cage match and finally showing their frustration because on Monday they had to focus more on the authority and now they're focusing more on their rivals. Connor is improving in Rumble skills. That's awesome. And I'm really happy to see these guys getting C's with... I mean, Ambrose and Dolph are popular and the Ascension's not, but still, definitely satisfied to see the Ascension, getting C's and not, getting like E's or D's with Ziggler and Ambrose, because that would just end their push, to be honest. Then we just continue the beatdown as Big Show and Kane are just continuing beating down on, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Nothing too special there, but we did get a 70C+, so that's pretty rad. Then we go to a backstage segment where Bad News Barrett and The Miz are hyping up their upcoming bout against Daniel Bryan and Neville later tonight. That's going to be our semi-main. Nothing too special here, just a hype up. I might have to improve Lana a bit. because Lana's freaking great on the mic. If you guys remember, she hasn't talked lately, but anytime she usually talks on the mic, it tends to be great. Also, my apologies for this being here. It won't be here much longer. I'm probably gonna delete that. But just a kind of the catchphrase where Lana's running down how Russia's better than America and how Rusev's loss was a fluke. Also, the performance of Rusev was good, so there's that to notice. I am going to probably check Lana out though. I wouldn't mind checking her out, but I'm gonna probably improve her entertainment as well. Moving on though, we have our match that gets a 43D, extremely short match. Rusev defeating Ryder with the accolade, just a way to keep him getting some momentum. We then go to Roman Reigns backstage as he's been being interviewed about earlier tonight and Bray Wyatt's challenge to him. He responds by saying, "I find it funny I find it funny how no matter how many times Bray says that he's going to be the one to take me down, it's always his boys who do it. Bray Wyatt knows that if it were just me and him one on one, he'd get squashed. And as for Bray Wyatt's challenge, I couldn't agree more with him. He's right. I do want to get my hands on Eric Rowan. And you know what else? I accept his challenge. I'll see you two Monday." So as I said, we weren't confirming it just yet, but now it is confirmed. Just like Randy Orton and Seth Rollins is, this next Monday we are going to get the grudge match between Roman Reigns and Eric Rowan. And there we go. 58 C minus. Definitely would like to have seen a little better than that, but what can you do? Roman, what are you doing, my man? Come on. We then go to a 67 C plus. Not bad. Would have liked a little bit better, but what can you do? And a match had some good action and average heat. Daniel Bryan and Neville defeating Bad News Barrett and The Miz in 9 minutes and 47 seconds when Bryan defeated The Miz with the running knee strike. We also had Mizdow, also distract Miz throughout the segment. And just the normal stuff. Bryan came out looking good, so that's awesome. And the Miz down face turn getting little reaction, despite how it was super over at the time. We then go to Randy Orton psyching up the Usos for the upcoming 6-man tag match later on tonight. I believe that's actually next. It is. And holy crap, wow, a 77B? That's awesome. I was not expecting a 77B for this match, but I'll take it. And about that featured great action and average heat. Randy Orton and the Usos defeating the Authority, which is the Seth Rollins, Cesaro, and Kid, in 13 minutes and 6 seconds when Orton defeated Seth Rollins with the RKO. There was no tiptoeing around here. I purposely wanted Rollins to take the loss here because I would imagine the announce team saying, "If this happens on Monday Night Raw, we have a new WWE champion," and stuff like that. I'm really satisfied that this was a good match because honestly, this would have been a great freaking match. And the way I imagine it ending probably is everyone hitting their finishers on each other, like Tyson Kidd and Cesaro Earl doing maybe the spinning thing with Orton, and he gets the drop kick, and then the Usos come in and start battling Cesaro and them. And I don't know how it would really end. All I know is I definitely can see Rollins being a little bit distracted until he turns around for the RKO to get pinned. And Jimmy Uso's improving in technical, so that's pretty rad as well. And all in all, we got a 74 B minus. A little upsetting because I thought that main event would have helped us out, but I guess not. Increasing our popularity, in 23 regions and losing our popularity in 16. So that is most likely America as usual. The main issue is, from what I understand, and I'm not too good at math, but from what I understand, that the final grade, in the way it produces or decides whether if you gain popularity, lose popularity, or stay where you're at, is it takes the popularity of your company in that region and compares it to the score or something like that to see where you sit or something. I don't really remember it all, but from what I understand, we are actually really popular in America, and we can't really match that popularity at the moment. So SmackDown is number one. That's awesome because I believe Raw was number one as well. Anything special? ROH is bringing in some guys. Other than that, though, we do have a decision, so let's go ahead and see what it is. It's a incident involving Jack Swagger. Oh boy, Jack. Let me guess. Marijuana? Yep. Swagger has been identified as a soft drug user by the WWE drug testing policy. The testing is done in-house. Press no potential damage. I don't want to suspend him over something as dumb as marijuana. Because I'm being honest with you guys, if I was running this company, which I am, but if I was running WWE in real life, I would just probably fine people over marijuana. But in all honesty, I don't feel like marijuana should be that big of a deal. But as of right now, it is illegal, so I would end up fining the person. But if it wasn't illegal, then for one, I couldn't do anything anyway. But I don't think really. Honestly, I wouldn't do anything anyway myself. But since it is this way, we are going to fine you. And he storms out. Swagger is pissed with us. Look at this. Angry at our handling of an incident. Well, I mean, to be honest, Swagger, you're the one that got caught, not me. So, sorry. Other way, let's just check out our storylines before we end this off. Our number one storyline seems to be Cena and Sheamus, so it's awesome, I guess. Oh no, Big Show's being handled fairly poor. I don't know why I clicked out there. And after that, let's just check out the creative mating real quick. Before we do that, though, I need to auto push. That way, certain people can maybe get elevated. Who knows? So, nothing in the franchise player section. Cena, Orton, Bryan, Ambrose, and Ziggler are all still there. Same there. Same there. These really rarely ever change, to be honest. And currently, Bryan, Cena, Wyatt, Lesnar, and Rollins are considered to have a lot of momentum, as The Undertaker, Charlotte, and, all of them don't. Either way, that's going to do it for this episode of Nerds and Geeks. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already. My name's been OMG, WTF, LOL, FTW, BRB, and I'll see you guys for NXT. So until then, have a wonderful day.